What is up, everyone? Today we're checking out 3 newly buffed Pokemon in the Open Great League: Talonflame, Ludicolo, and Vigoroth. Talonflame is just an absolute monster in the Open Great League now with that buffed Incinerate, which just does oh so much damage, and then Fly for that consistent flying damage. Ludicolo, honestly, not that great, but it's fun. We love him out here. He's learning Scald now, and he can definitely do some damage. And Vigoroth is just an absolute beast. Rock Slide just gives it so much coverage, especially versus some of the new threats like Talonflame. Anyway, we're gonna head right in, starting off with game number 1, where we're facing off against an Abomasnow. My opponent switches in Azumarill, and this is well great for Ludicolo. Though this is not like an incredible matchup for Bubble Ludicolo, as one Leaf Storm does not knock out Azumarill yet, and a player of does like quite a bit. I'm gonna go for my Leaf Storm right away. I'm expecting they might just let this go, and if they do end up shooting, I'm okay with that, since I do have 2 answers for Abomasnow in the back anyway. I don't need switch advantage here. Gonna let this next player off go. Ludicolo should be able to take it. Might even be able to farm down the Azumarill, and it does. Ludicolo putting in some work. Unfortunately, I don't have a great attack to hit the Abomasnow. If the switch timer was up here, I would have opted to switch out, save this attack. But since it's not, I just throw Leaf Storm. Does more than Scald. Decent chunk here. Allow the Abomasnow to farm me down. Now bring out Talonflame. Oh, and that Incinerate hurts. That does so much damage to Abomasnow. My next one's gonna knock him out. Bye bye, Abomasnow. The Icy Winded me. My attack is dropped, but I don't care. You know what comes in? Is that the new #1 on PV Poke? I think I might disagree. Talonflame just showing who the real best bird is. First Flame Charge got shielded. Oh, look at that Incinerate damage. Yeah, Talonflame just eats up Skarmory. GG. Next match, we face the absolute worst late possible, Lantern into my Talonflame, and out comes Skarmory. He's back for revenge, this time against Vigoroth, but Rock Slide really helps here. It doesn't do that much, but it's a reasonable chunk. I'm gonna double shield there. Since I hit the Rock Slide, I should be able to win this matchup, just straight counter down, but look at the Steel Wings adding up. I think even if I win this matchup, I'm gonna be so low in health that Vigoroth will be able to do like nothing anymore. But I'm gonna go for it anyway, because I really can't have my Talonflame versus that Lantern. So shield that Sky Attack, should be able to fully counter down, but I end up at literally 1 HP. So even though I have 2 Body Slams here, unfortunately, I will only be able to fire off 1, as this Spark that just came through will knock out my Vigoroth. Now I bring out Ludicolo versus the Lantern, and out comes Galarian Stunfisk. This is actually a good matchup for Ludicolo, but Talonflame has nowhere to go. Like, absolutely nowhere to go. So my play here is, alright, I was gonna undercharge the Scald to a point to where I could barely farm down the Stunfisk just before it got the 2 more Rock Slides, and then maybe get the 2 Leaf Storms versus a Lantern. But unfortunately, I have no clue how much Scald does, and it did way more than I expected. And now I will be able to bubble this Stunfisk down much earlier than I intended. Not even come out of this matchup with too much energy. Out comes Lantern now. I'm gonna go for the Scald, expecting a definite shield to come up here. And now it all comes down. Can I catch an attack here or not? Even if I catch that, I might just undercharge. But we'll see. I try to catch, they don't throw it. But still, my Talonflame's full health. They're the buff. They're probably gonna have to throw 2 Surfs or a Thunderbolt into me. Opt to go for Surf, which is great. I'm hoping I get the 2 attacks here. 1 Fly won't knock them out, but the second might. So if I can get there, it will be great. It's not looking like it though. I think 5 Sparks knock me out. My opponent actually decides to throw the attack here. This might be okay. This might be okay. If my Pokemon or my Ludicolo can still get to the Leaf Storm, it might be fine. But I don't get there. They get to an attacker, but their attacker's dropped. Surf is double resisted. Ludicolo takes it, and I make a huge mistake. I thought I was already at the Leaf Storm, so I go for it. But I wasn't there yet. I should have thrown Scald. Scald would have already been enough there. Heartbreaking. To make up for that heartbreaking loss, we have an incredible lead in the next game though, with the Wigglytuff into my Talonflame. Out comes a loader Marowak now, and I bring it Ludicolo because I'm a water type. But Ludicolo is super squishy, so I'm gonna have to shield here. I might even have to double shield here. We're gonna go for the Scald, hoping to get the attack drop. If I get the attack drop, I should be able to let this next Shadow Ball go. But unfortunately, oh, I do get it. Oh, I thought I didn't. I still shield it though. Still shielded. I don't know. I needed switch here. I really wanted to switch. I wanted my Talonflame on that Wigglytuff, and I knew even if I shield that, I would come out of this matchup with a ton of energy. So I figured this might be worth it. Over farm, past 100, which is not ideal, but that's okay. I get to a Leaf Storm, do a bunch of damage on the Wigglytuff, just get out of here, because I wanted to save my Ludicolo for a potential water type in the back. And there's a water type, there's Jellicent, and this is not great for Talonflame, but it's much better than it used to be. I get off my first fly, they shield that, and I'm actually going to be able to get to another one before their next surf. Pretty sure there are 2 now, so I'm going to have to throw my fly like immediately, just in case I throw the surf immediately. I do that. I took the surf there, by the way, which is pretty nice. Talonflame not super bulky, but bulky enough to take some of these attacks. Look at that. Brings the Jellicent into a range for a Rock Slide. It's another matchup where having Rock Slide on Vigoroth just comes in so clutch. I mean, Bulldoze would have knocked out from this range too, but it's a little more expensive. Rock Slide, only 45 energy, means I get there rather quickly. After 7 counters, actually. So I should be able to get to the next one rather fast. Unfortunately, I still have Wigglytuff though, and I don't think I'll be able to counter down before they charm me down. So I have to go for the Polar Slam to knock out the Wigglytuff. Now I don't think I outpace the Jellicent anymore. I don't. But this is not the end of the world. I still have my buddy Ludicolo in the back, and it has enough HP to survive a Hex, and I don't make the mistake I made last game, and I just go for the Scald to be sure. Actually, this time I did have a Leaf Storm, but Scald was enough. Might as well go for it, just to be safe. GG. Next match, Dragonair in the back, the lead. I mean, this is terrible because I got nothing in the back to deal with it, except for Vigoroth. I bring Vigoroth in anyway, hoping they don't have a great answer, and I'm really hoping to lure something out that I can potentially farm now with Talonflame and then like double or triple fly the Dragonair later, but unfortunately it ends up being Deoxys Defense. I think Deoxys Defense is like super good in this current meta, because you can run Thunderbolt to hit Skarmories, or you can run Rock Slide to hit Talonflames, which makes Deoxys a much better generalist counter user than Metacham is, because Metacham really struggles versus Talonflame, like really struggles, and isn't that great versus Skarmory either. So, but yeah, that makes it really hard for my Talonflame. They just threw a Thunderbolt though, so they don't have Rock Slide. That means that this is only going to be a Psycho Boost. I can take it, and I have a lot of energy on Talonflame now, so I don't feel too bad about this. Should be able to fly the Dragonair a couple times, but it's not Dragonair that's gonna come in now. It's gonna be, yeah, Lantern. And that's just terrible. That's just awful. 2 answers for Talonflame on their team, and yeah, I can't deal with that. I kind of want to hit a Leaf Storm here though, if possible. I want to see how much that does. So we're staying in there for a little bit. Just look at Ludicolo dance. It's awesome. It's been a while. You know, if you've been following my channel for a long time, I used to run Ludicolo all the time. I love running this Pokemon. But with how much power creep there has been in the meta, it's just not really possible, or hasn't really been possible to get like any wins with it, since everything these days is just so tanky, it's so spammy, and Ludicolo just can't keep up. But, you know, now it's Scald, maybe I can go back to the old days and run a little more Ludicolo. That would be fun. What's not fun though is that Dragonair just drag everything down. GG. Next game, we face an incredible lead, Superior. So this is awesome for Talonflame, and my opponent just gets out of here. Be prepared for Talonflame, guys, okay? Be prepared. Talonflame into another core breaker, a next match with the Tentacruel. This thing actually kind of beats my whole team, but Talonflame does outpace here. Should be able to get to a fly that catches on their own Talonflame, though. But this is fine with me. They got an Incinerate through, which is not ideal. It means they're going to outpace now, and I am running the rank 1 Talonflame. So because I'm running the rank 1 Talonflame, I know I'm likely going to lose a charge attack priority here. So over farm by Incinerate. And then I go for my Flame Charge right now. Honestly, I went for this right now because you'd rather get your boost in earlier. But maybe I should just CMP'd because then I get my boost in even earlier. But yeah, I'm just going to double shield at this point. This is fine by me. We're going to double shield. The fly here. Farm down. If they want to bring in Tentacruel, I'm just going to go for my fly right away. I wasn't expecting to survive 3 poison jabs. If I knew I would survive 3 potion jabs, I would have done full Incinerate and then fly, because then I could get off 2 flies. But I wasn't sure I was gonna do that, so I'll just throw 1 fly immediately. I bring in Ludicolo versus Tentacruel. Out comes a Rapidash. They saw grass, and they brought out their fire, but they didn't realize I got water too. Bye-bye, Rapidash. I'm really hoping I can still get to a Leaf Storm here, but Ludicolo just not tanky enough. These poison jabs are gonna do a ton. I don't even get to Scald, unfortunately. Now it's all up to Vigoroth. Vigoroth has lost Bulldoze, and this is like the one matchup where Bulldoze would come in very, very handy. But if I can get to double Body Slam, would still be fine. I have a lot of energy here though, and I think they're gonna get there like slightly after my Body Slam, so I just throw my Body Slam here. Not expecting them to throw immediately, but unfortunately they CMP tied, so this is already a Scald. Now I can still win this. I can still, if this Scald doesn't do enough, but probably will. I can still win this though, even if the Vigoroth goes down, if my Talonflame survives the poison jabs, but unfortunately it does not. But what I did just see is that my Talonflame would have survived those 3 poison jabs earlier. So I would have actually won this game had I gone for the Incinerate versus Tentacruel before throwing that fly earlier on in the match, because then I would have gotten off too. So that's unfortunate, but good to know. For the next time, I face a Tentacruel with Talonflame. Next game, we face a Girafarig lead, which is just wild. Oh, by the way, sorry for these recording issues. I was doing all these battles on stream. The mirroring software I used to, you know, set my screen over to my computer wasn't really working well, or the cable was like loose or something. Unfortunately, nothing I could fix in the moment, so there's gonna be some like recording issues, but I don't think it's anything too bad, I hope. You can still see what's going on. Like that Girafarig we just took out. But the Girafarig put in so much work versus my Talonflame too. I'm gonna fly theirs now though. Maybe I should go for the Flame Charge because I wasn't expecting a no-shield there. But in the end, I don't think it really changed the game there. So probably better that I went for the safe fly. They go for their own fly now. I'm gonna shield this up. Definitely not expecting a bait, but they did bait. Still would have done a ton though, so this is fine. I know there's still 2 Incinerates away, so we can go for the Scald now. Unfortunately, they have an attack now, so if they shield this, I'm going to switch to Vigoroth to catch it. But they let Talonflame go, and they bring out Togetic. This is not great for Vigoroth, so I really gotta hope I get a Scald debuff here. If I get a Scald debuff, I'm in a good spot. But I don't. Very unfortunate, but this is still possible. Vigoroth does have Rock Slide now. We're just about 50%, so Rock Slide plus a Body Slam should be enough to knock out Togetic. Togetic also has Dazzling Beam though, which would do a ton. So, and they have a lot of energy too, so it's going to be close. I know Rock Slide is only like 50%, so I'm going to throw Body Slam first when I'm at double to see if double Body Slam already knocks out. But they already got to another aerial ace before I was able to reach double Body Slam. So, game's over. GG, Togetic, very spicy. I think Togetic also has Ancient Power, so it could be an interesting pick to beat like Talonflames too. Final game, we get an ideal lead with Talonflame into Skarmory, and I bring out Clodsire. Now, Clodsire is kind of awkward for my team, because if they have Stone Edge, they beat Talonflame, they have a Sludge Bomb, they beat Ludicolo. So for now, I'm going to stay in with my Talonflame. There's Flame Charge away. I'm expecting the 2s is going to be fine here anyway, even if they have Stone Edge. So, which they do end up having. I was highly considering switching in Ludicolo now, because when they're running Stone Edge and likely Earthquake, Ludicolo kind of walls them. But at this point, I just really wanted to see how this matchup with Talonflame versus Clodsire would go. So I'm playing it out. This is science, okay? This is science. And, well, sometimes in science, you get burned, because they get to another Stone Edge. And, yeah, I lose my full Talonflame, my only honors to Skarmory, and this is now looking pretty bad. But it's not over. It's definitely not over. Skarmory has Steel Wing, so Ludicolo actually does have some play here. Go for a Scald. There's already a little bit of energy. I get the drop. Okay, okay. Hold up. If they don't throw a Brave Bird here, I'm pretty sure I take it and get to another Scald. And this might be possible. It's a Sky Attack. I take it. Alright. Bad start for me. But we are kind of working our way back into this match. Scald, get shielded, another drop. Alright, the RNG is with me. Opponent throws another Sky Attack here. And now, if my opponent has something that Vigoroth can beat in the back, I might be looking okay. Bring out my Vigoroth. Out comes Swampert. Alright, alright. I have energy lead. I should be able to double Body Slam here before they get the double Hydro. Knock them out and then maybe farm down the Skarmory. They go for the Earthquake now. Now, what I should have done here, well, seeing after this was Earthquake, is throw 3 counters, throw my Body Slam right before I get to the Hydro, and then I might be able to get to another Body Slam versus Skarmory, but I don't end up doing that, and because of that, unfortunately, we simultaneous knockout. GG. Close one still, though. Close one still. After I completely messed up that middle matchup, like, I should have definitely 100% of the time brought Ludicolo into that Clodsire, but I really just wanted to see how well Talonflame would do versus Clodsire. But yeah, after I messed that up, It was looking grim, but we still managed to tie that match, so that's pretty nice. All because of Ludicolo and Vigoroth, of course. GG. Anyway, that was it for today. As you could see, not the craziest result with this team, going 1-1-3 in this second set. But, you know, ultimately, we're just testing out these Pokemon, so the score doesn't really matter. I think Talonflame is super legit. We had some tough matchups with it today, but even in those tough matchups, it did some work. Vigoroth as well, just an absolute beast with that Body Slam spam and Rock Slide coverage is quite nice. And Ludicolo, yeah, I wouldn't recommend. It's fun, but it's just too slow and squishy to really do much. But as a closer, maybe it can work out just a little bit, for some fun at least. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Good luck with your battles, trainers.